Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video I'm looking at this. This is Far from the Madding Crowd from 1967. Wow, this film, absolutely love it. It's a brilliant piece of 60s cinema, and I think it's one of those films that you just get so absorbed in it. Now, I expect it's not for everybody. Historical dramas are not everybody's cup of tea, but I love this. It's just wonderful. Um, and it is 170 minutes long, which, some people say, wow, it's long. It didn't, for me, it just sailed by. Absolutely so absorbed in it. Now, Rotten Tomatoes actually give it 64%. Yes. I think that's big. I think the critics should have loved this even more, and some of them did, certainly did. But I mean, this it's a wonderful piece of 60s cinema. I just can't recommend this enough. If you love this good filmmaking, then this is something to watch. Now, the screenplay is by Frederick Raphael. He wrote Darling, 1965, which is a film that Julie Christie is in as well, and she's really good in that. He wrote Two for the Road, 1967, A Severed Head, 1970, Daisy Miller, 1974, The King's Whore, 1990, and this is interesting, he wrote Eyes Wide Shut, 1999, which is absolutely a wonderful film and is Stanley Kubrick's last film. And I think that film is wonderful. It's got Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in. Absolutely love it. Absolutely fantastic film. And yeah, he wrote that. Now, it's based on the novel Far from the Maddening Crowd, which was, of course, a Thomas Hardy one. And it's another one that we did at school. Love Thomas Hardy, great writer. He writes a lot about that sort of Napoleonic period. Trumpet Major is one of those books that I remember, and this one. And it was written in 1874. Absolutely wonderful. Now, the music is good in this. I think it's really, it's down as Richard Rodney Bennett, who does the score. There's also this traditional folk music in there, and I absolutely adore that. As soon as I watched this, I wanted to get on and be playing some of my traditional folk music, June Tabor. You can see June Tabor singing it. Oh, wow. Love June Tabor. And yeah, I'm going off track, but it's got that wonderful feel that you just want to be in it. Yeah, you can't help it. Now, the important thing here, the direction is by John Schlesinger, and he is a wonderful director. Listen to some of the films. A Kind of Loving, 1962. Absolutely wonderful. Billy Liar, of course. Yes, Billy Liar, 1963. He was in he directed Darling, of course, 1965. You can see the Julie Christie links already with these films. He directed, of course, Midnight Cowboy. Wow. In Midnight Cowboy, one of the great films of all time. It really is. I rate that one. A piece of brilliant American cinema. And it is fantastic. That's 1969. Then he also directed the award-winning Sunday Bloody Sunday, which is 1971. The Day of the Locusts, 1975. Marathon Man, 1976. Wow, Marathon Man. What a film that is. Wow, that just, Yanks, yes, you may have heard that one, 1979. And now listen to this. He directed Pacific Heights, 1990, which is absolutely brilliant. Oh, wow. That film, if you haven't seen it, oh, try and get hold of a copy of Pacific Heights. It is just so good. Michael Keaton, brilliant. And he directed Eye for an Eye, 1996. And the next best thing, which was his last film, in 2000. And Madonna was in it. Yeah, I've not heard of that one before. I've heard some of Madonna's films, but she was in that, The Next Best Thing, 2000, which was his final film. Amazing. Yeah. So, let's get on to the cast, eh? Yeah, let's get on to the cast. We've got Julie Christie. And she plays Bathsheba. Julie Christie's filmography is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to pick out a few. What an actress. 1963, Billy Liar, of course. A Darling, 1965. Brilliant. And then, of course, internationally, she became known with Dr. Zhivago, 1965. Fahrenheit 451, 1966. And The Go-Between, 1971. It's a Lucy film. And it is amazing. And she's great in it. Oh, wow. Then we've got McCabe and Mrs. Miller, which is a very popular film, 1971. And of course another one. She's in so many great films. Don't Look Now. Wow, what a film. That is a superb horror film. Supernatural, 1973. Venice. Oh, that's all I need to say about Venice. It's in there. Wow. What it's just... Oh, what can I say? Absolutely wonderful film. Shampoo. Of course, she was in Shampoo, 1975. Demon Seed, 1977. Dragonheart, 1996. She was in Heat and Dust. Oh, Heat and Dust. I remember watching that years ago. It's a bit sort of an art house kind of film, but it is superb. She is great in that. Absolutely loved her. I'd love to see that again, actually. It's such a great film. I just remember it well. I saw it a few times back in the day. Yeah, it's something I want to check out. And she was in Troy, 2004. She was in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Akaban, 2004. She was in Finding Neverland, 2004. And she was in Red Riding Hood, 2011. These are just a few of her films. Julie Christie, brilliant, absolutely superb. Then we've got Terence Stamp, who plays Frank Troy. Terence Stamp, another amazing actor, the films he was involved in. Billy Budd, 1962. The Collector, 1965. Paul Cow, 1967. The Mind of Mr. Soames, from 1970, which is a film I saw fairly recently. It's a sci-fi film, and it's quite different. It's really good. Superman, of course, 1978. Superman 2, 1980. He was in Jules Verne's Mystery. On Monster Island, 1981. He was in The Sicilian, 1987. 1987. He was in Wall Street. Yeah, Wall Street. You remember that? 1987. Young Guns, 1988. Alien Nation. Wow. Oh, Alien Nation. Fantastic film. 1988. Some great films. This one, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, 1994. He was in Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 1999. He was in Red Planet, 2000. I mean, these films, just amazing. They go on. And, of course, he was in... They recut Superman 2 into the Richard Donner cut in 2006. So, of course, he's in that, of course. And then he was in The Adjustment Bureau, 2011. And I forgot, he's in one of my favourite films as well, Last Night in Soho in 2021. Just what a career. Absolutely wonderful career. And then we've got Peter Finch, who plays William. He was in The Power and the Glory, 1941. He was in The Wooden Horse, 1950. Brilliant war film, that one. Father Brown, 1954. Town Like Alice, 1956. The Nun's Story, 1959. The Pumpkin Eater, 1964. These are just some of the films again. The Flight of the Phoenix, 1965. Sunday Bloody Sunday, 1971. Again, that pops up. And he was in Network, his last film in 1976, which has gained a massive cult following and beyond, I think. People just know about Network so much. And that was his last film. Then we've got the legendary Alan Bates. If you're a fan of 60s cinema, he's everywhere. And then he got carried on into the 70s and right through. As you'll see as I go through some of the films he was in. Alan Bates plays Gabriel. He was in, of course, Whistle Down the Wind, 1961. That film epitomizes so much of that era, 1961. Ailey Mills, absolutely love it. Oh, so good, isn't it? A Kind of Loving, 1962. The Running Man, 1963. The Caretaker, 1963. And of course, he was in Georgie Girl, 1966. I love Georgie Girl. Fantastic film. He was in that. He, of course, notoriously in Women in Love, 1969. Oliver Reed. Yes, what a film that is. Sunday Bloody Sunday, again, 1971, I mentioned. The Go Between, 1971. The Losi film, which is fantastic. Oh, yeah, I mentioned all these films. Royal Flash, that pops up. It's a good comedy film, I think. 1975. He was in Gosford Park, which was very popular, 2001. And also, he was in Mothman Prophecies, 2002. I didn't know he was in that, but he's in that. Wow, what a great, wonderful lot of actors there. Now, I think I should also mention a few things like the cinematography is Nicholas Roeg. Yes, the wonderful, brilliant Nicholas Roeg does the cinematography on here. The locations, well, they're in Dorset and Wiltshire. We've got the Bear Hotel, Market Square, Devisers, Wiltshire. We've got the Cliffs at Scratchy Bottom. Yes, I said that, yes. And it's at Durdle. Oh, good. Wow, these names. And that's in Dorset. Then we've got Bear Regis, which is in Dorset. Yeah, these places I've never heard of, but there we are. We've got the Graveyard at St. Nicholas Church, Sidlin Street, Nicholas Dorset, and Black Vale, again in Dorset. I must point out that the locations in this film are absolutely fantastic. They bring it even more to life. They do. It's just amazing. So you're saying, but what is this about from Thomas Hardy's great novel? Well, you probably have some idea. We have Bathsheba, and she's a wonderful, young, strong woman who has inherited this farm, and it's a big estate, and she has the responsibilities of employing all these people to look after this estate, and she runs it, and she's brilliant in this role, and they all respect her, and it's fantastic. But of course, she has three men who would love to marry her, and she is, in a way, would like to marry as well, and so she has to decide who she's going to marry. And it's not easy for her that she wants to do that. And that is the wonderful part of the film. We see the characters. It's just absolutely wonderful the way they've done this, the way they've put it together in the film. And well, you've got to say Thomas Hardy's brilliance of writing this story. It just leaves you mesmerized. Some people say, "Oh, it's just one of these." It's not, though, is it? It's a great historical drama as well, because it's all the background. You know that the Napoleonic Wars are going on, and here we have this rural, peaceful England. We only get glimpses of that when we see, the soldier. Then we know that something, as he goes off to war, of course, and oh wow, yeah. What more can I say about this? I love it. Absolutely love this film. If you've not seen it, it might not be off pitch, but if you do like this kind of film, you will love this. Honestly, it stands out. It's an outstanding piece of filmmaking. It really is. I just can't believe how good it is. John Schlesinger, he was a great director, and this film is one of his great films of some of the many that I mentioned. Well, before I go, I'll always show you the DVD copy. I need to get this, I think, upgraded to Blu-ray. It's so good. Absolutely love this, and definitely there it is. There are no extras as well, so maybe a Blu-ray will have some extras on. I need it sometime definitely to get this. It would be ideal for my collection. As disc is very plain on this. No extras really, but I love the film, and it reminded me of all the good things of when I saw this in the past, and that I really should get a good copy for my collection. So I will probably get round to that eventually, as you do, but there's so many things in life that distract you. There is with me anyhow. Anyhow, I've gone on far too long. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll let you know when I put out these videos. And if you like this video, please give it a like. If you give it a like, it gets it out to YouTube, so hopefully other people might enjoy it. And if you have any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments, and I'll always reply to them. And that's it. I've gone on far too long, so all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.